Hello, welcome to today's live. All right, what we're going to talk about today is how to turn frustration into fascination. Fascinating, right? It's going to be a, no pun intended, fascinating topic. So if you're watching the replay of this video, type it in the comments below. Type in the comments below what the temperature is where you're living at right now. I'm really curious what the temperature is where you're at right now. So how to turn frustration into fascination. Why would you want to pay attention to this video, this live video? Have you ever felt frustrated and you don't know why you feel frustrated? What's up, Christopher? What's up, brother? Have you ever felt just frustrated and you don't know why you feel frustrated? You're thinking of all the reasons why you could be feeling frustrated, but you just don't know why you can't figure it out, and you don't know why you feel frustrated. And even when you do figure out why you're feeling frustrated in the moment, you're still frustrated. And you can't help but feel frustrated. And so I'm gonna help you turn that frustration into fascination. You get rid of that feeling of frustration. It's just a shift in mindset. Once you shift that mindset and you know what to do, once you know the delineation and distinction, you will get rid of that frustration and turn it into fascination and become more productive. Thanks, Amber, for that like. Appreciate that. All right, so I want to begin this with today's pun. I'm a huge appreciator of puns, and so I'll tell you a couple of puns before I start off with this training. The first one is a friend of mine, Zach. He said, "Oh man, I wish I had slept longer." And I said, "How tall do you get when you sleep?" Get it? And last night, my brother said, I asked him, I want you to take me to that steakhouse, because they said they were at a steakhouse, an amazing one. And then he said, it's really expensive. The only reason I went there is because my company gave me a huge gift card. What's up, Bree Bree? He said, my company gave me a huge gift card, and it's the only reason we went there. And I said, how big was the gift card? Was it the size of a book? All right, so that's it for my terrible jokes. Why you should pay attention to this live video is because you want to get rid of that feeling of frustration and turn it into something more productive, something that feels good, which is fascination. So what is frustration? Let's define it first. Frustration, once you understand this, you'll begin to know how to affect it in a better way. Frustration is the disparity between where you think you are right now and where you think you should be. Let me say that a different way. Frustration is the disparity, the distance between where you imagine you are right now, and most people imagine themselves unrealistically, where you imagine you are right now and where you imagine you should be. Let me say it one more time. Frustration is the distance between where you think you are and where you think you should be. Now, just appreciating that definition, you'll know how to affect it in better ways, how to become more productive with your thinking rather than becoming frustrated and being in a bad place, bad emotion, when you don't need to be. Needless suffering, right? Getting rid of needless suffering is what enlightenment is all about. So how do you fix that? Frustration is an expectation management issue. It's an expectation management. So I'll give you a model here that you can follow that will help you all throughout your life. It's one of the secrets to happiness. It's called expectation management, right? Self-esteem is how you estimate yourself. It's your self-estimation, what you estimate of yourself. Self-confidence, what is confidence? Confidence is knowing. It's doing. You cannot be confident at something you've never experienced. So self-confidence is what you've proven to yourself you could do. Is what you know to be true about yourself. The more you accumulate about yourself that you know to be true about yourself, the higher and higher, the more and more self-confident you become. So when you're trying something out, something new, you can't say you're self-confident. What was that? Weird. All right, so you can't say you're self-confident until you experience it, and then you say, okay, I know this to be true about myself because I've proven it to myself to be true. So here's the difference. Self-esteem is what you estimate of yourself. Self-confidence is what you know to be true about yourself because you've proven it to yourself. So when you estimate more about yourself, way more aggrandized, meaning imagined way exorbitantly, you imagine it way higher than you should be, when it's high up there, what you expect of yourself right now, then you have this disparity, this distance between where you actually are and where you think you should be, will always cause frustration. You will always be frustrated. You will be unhappy. And you're causing it to yourself because of poor expectation management. So how do you fix that? You make a differentiation between goals and expectation. So here's the difference. You expect, you come to reality. You take your expectations and you only expect where you are right now. You expect of yourself where you are right now. And a little bit more, if you try a little bit more, you'll know what to expect. If you take this action, you're going to know what to expect. You're going to expect whatever happens. That's what you should expect. And then if this happens, I'll do this. If this happens, I'll do that. And then you can set goals, high goals, but you can manage expectations. So you can have high goals, but appropriate expectations. So here's the word you must appreciate. It's the word appropriate. Appropriate expectation management. Expect of yourself where you are objectively, realistically, but have high goals and continue on that path to your goal. Well, you'll never feel frustration. And I'll give you a how-to after I explain this. So as you increase as you go towards your goals, I'm giving you my little illustration here. As you take steps towards your goals and manage your expectations of yourself are always appropriate, your confidence increases and they should be level, right? As you gain experience, you increase your self-confidence. So the more experience you have, the more you know this to be true about yourself, the higher your self-confidence. All right. I don't want to be looking down. So the word you must appreciate is appropriate self-estimation. The higher, more aggrandized, made up, too high of an expectation you have, the more frustration you have. So you get rid of that frustration by bringing it down to reality and expecting a little bit more as you do more, take more activities, and then you increase your self-confidence in alignment and you never feel frustration. You're always happy and fulfilled about yourself. And you can be happy and fulfilled about yourself right now. So I'll give you some action steps. How to turn frustration to fascination. And here's how you turn frustration into fascination. When you feel frustrated, you ask yourself, what did I expect? What did I expect? That's the reason why I'm feeling this frustration. What did I expect? And so how do you turn once you find that out? What's my expectation management? Man, if I'm feeling frustration, I must have poor expectation management. Do you see? So how do you turn that into fascination? Fascinating. So how you turn that into fascination is you ask yourself the question, what activities, Bree, hey, how are you? It's the first time you've ever been live on live video. All right. What was I talking about? So, how do you turn frustration to fascination? So, frustration, you turn it to, you ask yourself, what was I expecting that I'm feeling this frustration? Now, how do you turn that into fascination? You turn to fascination by asking yourself, what activities can I do right now? What activities can I do today in order for me to close that gap? What activities can I do today to close that gap of, I'm good, man. I miss you too. I'm going to be there next month. All right, so what activities can I do right now to close that gap? All you can do is all you can do. Do you see? All right, so those are the things that you have to put into action today. Number one, whenever you feel frustrated, ask yourself, what was I expecting? I must have poor expectation management because I'm feeling this frustration. What should I expect right now that's in reality? And then how do you turn that into fascination is ask yourself, what activities can I do right now for me to close that gap, for me to increase my self-esteem, my estimation? What activities can I do right now on the road to my goal? Turn that mismanagement expectation into a goal. Close that gap. All right, so hopefully you appreciate that video live. Hopefully that helps. Was it helpful? Type in the comments below your thoughts, if you agree, if you disagree, if you have any comments, if you have any thoughts. Click the like video or hearts. I love you if you click like and hearts, and especially if you share this video. And have an amazing day. Put that into action, and I'll talk to you on the next live video. See you next month, Bree.